Peace. Let me build on self-diagnosing yourself. Right? Self-diagnosis. Now keep in mind, as I begin this video, it isn't 100%. Meaning that if you're trying to self-diagnose yourself and maybe you're wrong and it's really some underlying ailment that you can't detect unless you go get blood drawn or some type of ultrasound or something where the doctor has to do it, of course. Let's not be asinine and take everything as the gospel. So we're going with self-diagnosing. You can only self-diagnose if you know yourself. And I'm building from straight experience. I know myself, 50 years old. Been into fitness, health, and wellness for a very long time. And like I said in my previous video, weighing myself, paying attention to runs and using different matrix to know like if I'm getting better or if I'm stagnant, using the Apple Watch, the health indicators that's in there. I mean, again, it's not as good as actually going to the doctor and getting their medical expertise, but still, these Garmin's, Apple Watches, they are good to give you a barometer to gauge where you at with your heart rate, your weight, and things of that nature. So again, I've been doing this for a very, very long time. And I look at my body, full mirrors, checking my biceps, checking my chest, my mass, looking at my waistline. Outside of actually measuring your waist, you can always also do a visual test to where I can look and see. I see that my wings are starting to expand more, right? I'm seeing all of that in real time. So you can see when you do a full body look, when you're looking at yourself in a full body mirror, you can see the muscle growth, you can see the striations, you can see the cuts coming in, or you can see the vice versa. You can see that, well, maybe you need to diet more, right? Or you can see where your weaknesses lie. So that's all external. Internally, I know that if I eat something that will give me an upset stomach or where I don't feel hydrated, and I only know this from experience, from trial and error, from taking fish oils, taking creatine, from eating, well, not eating, by drinking protein shakes, the dairy, the non-dairy, the vegan, eating peaches and watermelon. Like, I know like where an upset stomach comes from. I know that I can work out, intense workout, without eating. I know I can fast. And so most people can't do it. They say they can't do it, but I know I can off of experience. I know that I can work out 3 or 4 days in a row while fasting and even running 5 or 6 miles. So I know this from trial and error, and this is what I have done myself. So there is no can I or what if, because again, I know, and this is decades and decades of learning, writing things down by keeping a log. Again, this Apple Watch, I have years and years of logs, especially with heart rate, VO2 max, right? So I'm bringing this all up to say that I was taking some type of supplements for, I don't remember the name, just take it on face value. I was taking some supplements that were basically, they was a pill form of a pre-workout that shit, I don't know the name. It was a supplement for pre-workout. And about after like 3 or 4 days, it was giving me like an upset stomach. But I wasn't for sure if I didn't know what it was. I didn't know. And I was drinking whey protein. So for most intent purposes, I'm a vegan. But I started dabbling with the whey protein, also eating eggs. I haven't had eggs in like 7-8 years. So again, always looking to get the best out of my performance, I started experimenting just to see. And I started eating earlier. Typically for the past, say, 6 or 7 years, I've been fasting all the way to late afternoons, maybe 2 or 3 o'clock. So I started eating a little bit earlier, adding in some protein, some whey protein, just because I ran out of vegan protein, but whatever, right? And eating eggs. So you take all those 3 ingredients, right? Taking the pre-workout pills, taking whey protein, also eating eggs. So now I got an upset stomach. Where is that even coming from? I wasn't for sure. I'm like, it could be the eggs. It could be the whey protein because it's dairy. So what did I do? I did the process of elimination. I started cutting back. So out of those 3, I just started weighing off of it. I did not want to stop taking the pill form or the pre-workout because I was getting some crazy workouts. It was working crazy, getting stupid pumps. But having an upset stomach and not being able to ascertain where it's coming from, I'm not feeling that, because externally, aesthetics and looks absolutely doesn't weigh out you being healthy and you being optimal on all levels. So I started cutting back. I cut the eggs out, still having a stomach ache. I cut the protein whey out. I cut the whey protein and the pills out at the same time. And lo and behold, 2 to 3 days, stomach ache went away. So right then, I'm like, it has to be the pills. It gotta be the pills. Is there some type of allergic reaction that is hitting me off the pills, or what the capsules are made out of? Because I take pre-workout and it never does anything, but it's the powder form. And I take it off and on. So I cut back, it went away. And I know now that it could have been the whey protein as well. I just cut them all out. But this is a quick example of me self-diagnosing myself. I keep saying that shit, self-diagnosing myself. You know what I mean. So you have to ask yourself, from a process of elimination, what is it? If you got a pain, your shoulder hurt, you should be able to track back and like what new workout I'm doing. Like, I'm so in tune with my body that I can look back at a workout, and it's not even looking back. When I'm working out, I can feel a tweak and say, I need to stop this. Like if you're doing dumbbell flies, a lot of people don't like to do them because it leaves your shoulder in a compromised position, especially if you're not doing them right, but that's another whole video. So I can feel the tweak. If I'm not doing it properly, I can feel the tweak in my shoulder. But I know that off experience. That's the whole point. I definitely self-diagnose myself. And it's super beneficial to self-diagnose yourself, because then you know your body. If I go to the doctor, I can break down in detail what's been going on via a timeline. Also, I can show the data from the app, the Nike watch, the Apple watch. I got all the data. So it's a quick video to show you the importance of being able to self-diagnose and being able to know your body right? If you see a bruise on your chest or your scratch or something, you can just look and be like, what is this? So it's absolutely benefits in knowing yourself, knowing the workouts, knowing your heart, knowing your lung capacity, knowing how much weight you can push, knowing that if your ankle is tweaked or you don't have enough flexibility in your ankle or your hips is too tight, your psoas muscles, all of this, all of it counts. So it's more to this whole health and fitness than just looking good. Looking good is a byproduct of getting regular workouts in. Most importantly, is your health, man. The engine has to be optimal and the body will form itself. You will get aesthetics by default. So that's the video, man. Self-diagnose. Know what you got going on. Know yourself. Get out of looking at everybody else. Know yourself. That's the video. Peace.